Hey y'all, it's your girl the Evelyn Chanel, and I am back with another video. As you can tell by this title, this is the fifth video. Dang, we moving, huh? The fifth video, okay. The fifth video of this series, and we're about to get into it.
Beautiful creatures, we're all flawed. Beautiful people, we're all flawed. Beautiful creatures.
So, as you can tell by the title, this is the story time about how my first relationship, first real relationship. And look, just because I said this is my first relationship, this does not mean that this is the first time I've had an encounter with a guy. That this first time I had feelings for a guy. That's not the same. It's not equivalent to what I'm saying. This was my first real relationship. The rest I was just talking to people. Like, we was talking. We weren't official. You know, we weren't official. So, and there's that. So there's that disclaimer. All right. So anyway, like I said, this is the story talking about my very first relationship, and this happened. It had to be like the end of my. It was the end of my 11th grade year, the beginning of my 12th grade year, and from my understanding, from what I was being told, this guy had a crush on me since middle school, and I had really never paid him attention like that, probably because I was too wrapped up into somebody else, which is a lot of times what we do, and that's all right, because God's timing is perfect, and even in the situations where we feel like, dang, but you know, timing is everything. And so this was just his particular timing in my life. And so I'm trying to remember how we started talking, y'all. I know what it was. Okay, so let me tell y'all something. If I'm not nothing else, I am a huge flirt, okay? I'm a flirt. Soon as I see you walk up in the club, I'm a flirt. Hey, that's me. Can't help it. And then it's like, it's so natural. It don't be that I be forcing or doing it on purpose, but I just flirt. I like to flirt. That's what I do. So if you see me and I flirt with you, please don't take it to the head. That don't necessarily mean I want you. But this particular time, it worked for him, okay? Eventually it started working for him. So anyway, I think we had the same class or something like that. That's how we ended up talking. And I was, you know me, been a little flirt in high school, baby. I was flirting, you know, whatever like that. And so like we actually started talking, like gave him my number and we started talking. We started sharing things with each other, you know. We got closer as we started talking. You know, that's what happens. You actually start talking, you start texting, you spend more time together, you start sharing things with one another. And it was funny because with this particular relationship, apparently we had crossed paths more than one time. Like our paths would always interconnect, but we never really connected with each other. And so like it literally took us having, I think it had to be an AP class. Yeah, it was an AP class. It was science. It was a science class. Well, we actually had more than one class that year, but this particular class was when we were able to connect. This was when we were able to, and like, let me tell y'all something, because that class, I remember that class, it was so cool. It just so happened that it was my my lunch. There was a class that I went to lunch with, and like that class was so cool. Like, if you know, if you watching this video and you in that class, like I still love y'all to this day. That, like, y'all, that class is so cool. Like, y'all, that was a class, baby. That was a class. Like, we had some memories in that class. And just so happened, it was funny because that class was lit, but that teacher did not like me. All my teachers liked me. Not that I'm a teacher's pet, but I was just an impressionable person. So like, I had never had issues like that. And if my mama knew if I had an issue with a teacher, it wasn't me, it was a teacher, because she had never had to go to school because I was being disrespectful. but because I was being ugly or anything like that. And so, of course, this was a time after my granddad had passed away, after I had finally told my mom, what had been going on between me and my grandma. And so I was able to open up to her more. And so, like I said, that's how I ended up telling her about this issue. But you know what? That's a different conversation for a different day, different story time, if it becomes a story time, whatever. Okay, so anyway, like I said, this guy, we was in this class and we was cooling. Like, we got real close. Like, we got so close that we started dating. That was my boyfriend. And he shared some personal stuff with me, and I shared some personal stuff with him. And he was just really there for me during this time. And you could tell that we really had love for each other, and we both were a little childish. And this was at the particular time in my life to where your girl would get even, okay? But I'll talk about that later on down the story, so we're just going to slow down. We're going to slow down. All right, and so anyway, like I said, we started talking, we had gotten close, talking every day. And he had a car, and so he was able to come see me. And he was one of those people to where, like I said, because we were in high school, I was in 11th grade, baby. I had one more year of of high school. That's when, you start, that's when those car conversations start. Like, and so, like, we had late phone calls. I would be on the phone with him all the time. I'd be always on the phone with him. That was like the person that I would go to sleep on the phone with and I would wake up on the phone with, and like that was just my person, especially after, like I said, this was my very first relationship, and I had been talking to guys, but we were never in a relationship. And I think the person that I was actually talking to before him, I had gone through so much with that person, and just that person continuously showing me that he wanted whatever he wanted. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. That I had finally got something that I could call my own. I didn't have to worry about competing with somebody else, or having to fight for somebody else's attention, because all my attention was his. You know what I'm saying? He was wrapped up in me. Like, that was my person. That was my boyfriend. That was my capital M, my boyfriend. I feel like that was my person. That was the person I could talk to. That was the person that I didn't have to worry about if he was talking to somebody else, because he wasn't. Anyway, we were talking, and he would tell me about the things that he had gone through with his ex, and all that type of stuff. And I would tell him about the things I had gone through with the guys that I was talking to, and a lot of times it would be the most recent guy that I was talking to. And at the time, I still had contact with that guy, but I really wasn't interested in him, because I had been through so much and I had seen so much, and I was just like, all right, this ain't it. But like I said, I still had contact with him, okay? Also, at this time, I had a lot of guy friends, and me, I'm kind of still small now, but like, I was smaller. I'm gonna post a picture of me and my guy best friend, because he was here through most of it. He's still around, like, but yeah, anyway. And so, like I said, I was always around guys or whatever like that, because I grew up on 23rd. I was always around them. I was hanging out. It was more guys around my age than it was girls or whatever like that. So we were always with them. We were always walking the street. And at the time, my boyfriend had a job, so when I wasn't with him, when I wasn't able to talk to him, I'd be chilling with the homies. Like, they was around. And so, like I said, just imagine, I'm the only girl with these guys, and y'all already know how that looked. It was lit. But, of course, like I said, from my boyfriend's perspective, I could understand how it would be. He like, wait a minute, my girlfriend, she hang with all these niggas. All these dudes. I don't like that. And like I said, like, a lot of times, if it wasn't well, most of the time, if it wasn't just me and my boy best friend at the time, then it was me, my boy best friend, and my cousin. She would come over just to hang out with me and the homies. Like, and we would, like, literally, y'all, we would run the streets all day. It was so funny because we just thought we was just so lit and we weren't doing it but walking around. Can you imagine that me in high school and my life is lit because we walking around Northside? Y'all, I feel like I was finally old enough to do what I wanted to do. Again, old enough to where my mama was trusting me and I was becoming my own person. I think that's really what it was. I was starting to become my own person. And so and during this time I was getting close to my brother. He's still my brother. He's in the Marines right now, and I haven't really had a conversation with him lately, and I miss him and I hope he is doing well. Like, if I wasn't with my boyfriend, I was either at my with my boy best friend, at my brother. And like this particular, he's not really my brother, like my blood brother, but I call him my brother because that's how close we got. I came to him with everything. He was always the person that had my back, like, for real. Like, it came to one point in time where the guy he had been calling his best friend since middle school, and me, and he chose me. And so like I said, that he became my brother. He became the person that, hey, I need you, hey, this is going on, hey, that, and he was there. My boyfriend, he had gotten a job, and when he would be at work, I'd be with them, and he was starting not to like that. He was starting to be real skeptical, and also he was like, all right, because like I had mentioned, the guy that I was talking to before we had actually got into a relationship, stayed right up the road. And so like I said, I'm walking over this, this, the north side or whatever like that. I'm walking over this particular area of land, and in this particular area of land, the dude that I had stopped talking to was in this area of land. And so of course I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind there was something that he was skeptical about, because I understand it's logical. And so it might have been then, when I just had started to coming to myself. I had started really hanging out with the guys. Like I said, so not only was I hanging out with a whole bunch of other guys, this particular guy wasn't too far, from being around. I don't know with guys, but they see once you walk away from them and they realize that, they ain't got that grab on you that they want anymore, then they become even more generous, or even more whatever you want to call it. And so like once he saw that I was in an actual relationship with this particular guy, I guess he was like, dang, I really ain't got her in my grasp like I want to anymore. And so he was just like, if I was to call him and be like, hey, I need this, and that, he would like try to get it. He would try his best to get it. He would always tell me, I'ma always be here, if you need anything, you can always call on me, that type thing. Like, he was even there when my granddaddy passed away. But anyway, so yeah, I was, like I said, I was roaming the streets, you guys. I was actually living my best life. And then, not to mention, I had a couple friends who were seniors that had cars. So like, if I wanted to go somewhere, was good. And so like I said, y'all, like I literally was like, honestly, I was in love with this boy. Like, child, I was in love, and like I could tell that he would have a connection. He had some kind of connection to me, and I had a connection to him. I did, because like I said, he was my person. And so when things started to get a little sour, it kind of hurt my feelings, He had this girl best friend, and I didn't really like that, because I was like, what you mean that's your girl best friend? What's this? What's going on, or whatever like this. So I'm pretty sure those same thing, they had been best friends, but okay, and you got me now. I'm your girl best friend. What do you need another best friend for? And like I said, the whole time I'm hanging out with all these dudes. Not only am I hanging out with the dudes that stay up the street from me. My guy best friend is the guy, even though he was gay or whatever, he is gay or whatever like that. And the dude that I call my brother, like, I was always with him. Not to mention that, but it was like, when we was at school, like, I had another guy best friend. Like, that's the same thing. Like, I had more than one guy best friend. This particular guy best friend, he was hood. He was hood, okay? He wasn't playing. So, like, when we was at school, that's what I was hanging. I was always around the hood dudes, you know, whatever like that. I'm trying not to say the N-word, but, you know, it's hard. Jesus take the wheel. I was always with them. Your girl was always protected. Not only that, oh, yeah, that's the thing. So, my boyfriend, not only was he not only did he have a job, but he was also playing football. And so, like, I had a lot of free time waiting on him to do whatever he was having to do. But, you know, I wasn't tripping. I'm just going to do something. I'm going to do me. While you doing you, I'm going to do me. So, like I said, I was cool with a lot of dudes. I really was. Not saying that I ain't had no girlfriends, because I did. And my girls, they know who they are. Like, y'all was the stuff, and I love y'all. Like, y'all was my girls, you know. But like I said, from his perspective, he probably saw me fooling with all these dudes. Like, a lot of times we would walk to class together. He would walk me to class, because he was also very smart, and so he would have to like, he'd do dual enrollment, and I would do dual enrollment too, but he would actually have to leave and go to a college campus. Me, I could do mine online. But when he was doing that, or when he had downtime, he would, like, walk me to class and stuff like that. And so y'all think about it. You got a girlfriend. Dudes, if you watching this, you got a girlfriend. Or girls, if you watching this, you got a friend. And your boyfriend, he's hanging out with a lot of girls. Or your girlfriend, she's around a whole bunch of dudes, like big dudes too. Cause like I said, y'all, I ain't but this tall, and I still ain't but this tall, and I'm real small. Well, at the time I was skinny. Yeah, I wasn't skinny, but I was little. Picture right there. I was a little. And y'all, at the time, I didn't even believe I was this small. I didn't, because that's a different story for a different day. But anyway, like I said, so you think about it. Me being this tall and this big, and all these big dudes, these big high school football players around me. And he, like, you know. And so I feel like that might have had some, like, now me reflecting over it, you know. And I think we had conversations about it. He told me that he didn't like it. And like I said, and always in the midst or whatever like that, this dude that I was talking to before we had gotten together, he would be connected to some dude that I was hanging around. Or some dude would be telling me that, oh, he was asking about you, or, oh, he was looking at you. And so that don't look good coming from the perspective of my boyfriend at the time. And so, like, me reflecting over that now, I see how it looks. And it was all innocent, but, you know, I should have respected him enough to be like, all right, y'all, I can't do this. He ain't feeling it, you know, whatever like that. He don't like that. And so, to go back, he had this girl best friend. And so, all of a sudden, I would see him hanging with her more. And so, I was like, what is this? You know, I don't like that. You know, I would see him hanging around her and her friends. And so I was just like, oh, no. And I remember one night I was sitting outside. I don't know what it was, but I remember sitting in the car, and I was talking to my cousin. My cousin was on her Snapchat, and she pulls up a video of the girl, and my boyfriend is on her Snapchat, y'all. Like, for real, she like, hey, look who came to see me. That's what the caption on it said. It was like, look who came to see me. And so, it said a bit of 11 o'clock, but I see this.
And I'm like, oh, no. And so I'm calling him, I'm blowing him up. I'm like, what you doing? Why is you going to see her? What is this? No, we don't do that. What you got going on?
And y'all, it was at that point when I realized, oh, no, you got the right one. And so, y'all, at this point, I realized that all those precautions that I had been taking, like not cutting off my dude friends because he wanted me to, I feel like it was coming into fruition because he had been doing something he had no business. And that's just me being honest. Point I had got real. I was like, oh no, you ain't finna play me. you ain't finna play me. And so at that point, that friend that I told y'all was always around. Like that friend that I told you, he went too far. You know, he went too far gone. Y'all, I was like, okay, you want to play? This what you want to do? All right, cool. As if I already have enough reasons for him to be like, it was just one girl. And me, honestly, like I said, my honest intentions, like, I wasn't trying to be ugly. I wasn't trying to be like, I wasn't doing it in no malicious way. It was just that, like, honestly, I grew up around guys, so it was easier for me to be with guys than it was for me to be with girls. Like I said, I had my girlfriends, and I would hang out with them too. This one girl, this one particular friend that he had, it had me like, oh no, we're not doing this. And now I can see, like, looking back at it, I can see that it was kind of childish to me, because it was just like, the girl, that was one friend, and you had a brother, a best friend, another brother, all these other your brother friends, you know. And he only had this one girl best friend. Our families were trying to tell us that we were related. And I was like, I'm telling you, like, dude, we not related. My family is saying that it's not that. But, you know, his daddy is, like, hey, no, this your cousin or whatever. Like, you can't be talking to her like that. Like, look, this is us. Like, if you want to be with me, then be with me. Like, don't allow people to deter how you feel about me. Like, if this is what we're doing, then this is what we're doing. Why does it matter what other people say? And so of course he chose his parents or whatever like that. And I remember the particular conversation in which he said, he was like, I'm only 17, I'm still a child. I can't go up against what they were saying. And at this time, like I said, like, y'all, like, literally, he was always around. My mama loved him. My friends loved him. My friends loved us together. And so, like, it broke my heart. And at that point, we broke up. And even after we broke up, we still text for a little while until I told him, I said, I remember I sent him a long paragraph, and I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to be friends no more. And I fell asleep. And I remember I was watching one of them Spider-Man movies, and I woke up at the end of the movie, and I realized I had sent him that message, and I realized that wasn't what I wanted. Like, I still wanted him around. I still wanted to try to work it out. I still wanted to be friends, but being that I had sent that message, it was almost like I couldn't take it back. And he probably blocked me. I don't know. I still don't know to this day if he did. But I couldn't take it back, and I was so hurt. And it was at that point I realized that we were really over. We were really over. And it hurt me. It really did, because, like I said, this was my first relationship, and this was my first breakup. It was my first breakup, and so it took me about 6 months to get over. And at this time, it was nearing the time for me to get ready to graduate and go to college. And so I knew by that time, but, like, as soon as I was getting ready to graduate, not much after, I would be moving. And so I was just so excited to move, but because I wanted to run away. I wanted to, like, get away from him. I wanted to, like, get away from the memories. I was still heartbroken. I didn't want to be reminded of what was going on. I didn't want to be reminded of the places that we had gone together and the stuff that we had experienced in our 11 months together. And so, like, it really hurt me. And I remember I had written letters, and I wrote a letter to him every day for about a month, about how I felt, and just opening up to him and being honest to him about the things that were going on through about the relationship, and how I wanted to hate him at some points, and just writing all those out. And I remember I printed them off and I put them in a manila folder, and I ended up giving them to my goddaddy, because when we were going through our breakup, like, some stuff went, y'all. Some stuff went off. You know what? I'm not even gonna include that in this story time, because there's just a long story. But I'll probably do a separate story time for that, just for giggles, because y'all, when I say it went down, it went down. Your girl was, it went down. Anyway, all right, y'all, let me make a note of that. Y'all, that's one for the books. But anyway, okay, so yeah, but I remember, like I said, I was getting ready to leave, and I knew I was gonna leave, and so I gave those letters to my godfather, and I was like, if you see him, give this to him. And like I said, it was at least 20 pages long, because like that's what I'm saying, at least it had gotten thick. And my goddaddy was driving around with these papers in his car, and I was just like, I remember I was like, ooh, I hope you don't read it. I hope you don't read it. I hope you don't read it. Because like I said, it was just me being honest about everything that had happened. And just me being truthful about the things that he was kind of insecure about. Because like I said, particularly with the guys that I was always hanging around, he honestly did not have to worry about them, because I wasn't seeing them like that. Even like if they would try to make moves on me like that, I'd be like, oh, I'm good. But with that particular dude that I had been talking to before him, I wasn't all the way honest, because once I saw him getting close to his best friend, I started getting insecure. When I would be like, hey, I don't like that, and he would do it anyway. Yeah, I was the type of person that I would, if I'm gonna hit you where it hurts, and I knew that me fooling with the dude that I was talking to for him would hurt him. I knew it would, but I felt like I was hurting. I felt like I couldn't trust you. And the thing about it was, when we broke up, y'all, he ended up getting together with his best friend. Oh, I really started fooling with the dude that I was talking to before then. Before him, I really started fooling with him. Then I was like, oh yeah, you can come back, because of my insecurities, and we were just so young, and I was in love with him. I was, because like I said, I had been talking to guys or whatever like that, but this was my first real actual relationship. And it was just like, you just got up and walked away. And I'm the type of person, like, even still to this day, like, even at that young of an age, I was the type of person to where, if I love you, I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for love. I'm going to fight for my friends. I've always been like a very passionate person. You just don't, I'm not just gonna let you, walk away or whatever like that. Not even in that sense where I'm gonna stalk you or anything like that. But if you're telling me this is what you're really wanting, then I won't give up. I won't give up easily. And so, even still with me being kind of malicious in my ways, especially, fooling with the dude that I was talking to before him, I still wanted him. I still wanted what we had. I still wanted to fight for our relationship. And so, to my first love, if you are watching this right now, I just want to say that I am sorry. I am truly sorry. Any hurt that I caused, any pain that I caused, anything that may have affected you, because I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain that I started to make you feel like I was like your ex from the things that you had told me. And for that, I am truly sorry, because those weren't my intentions, and I was honestly just acting out of hurt is what it was. I was acting out of insecurities, and I shouldn't have done that, because I'm pretty sure you were hurt by it. Maybe I don't know if you were as hurt as I was, but you were hurt by it in some form, and for that I am truly, truly, truly sorry. I cannot stress that enough. I am sorry, and I hope that you are able to find it in your heart to forgive me, and that you just forgive me. I won't even ask for you to build a friendship with you or anything like that again, but I just hope that you forgive me. I hope that you forgive me, and that we are both able to go on in lives without carrying any of the baggage that our time together may have caused, or the ending of it may have caused. I hope that we are both able to just go on with life and to be released, in whatever form that may be. But like I said, I just want to say that I am truly sorry for being immature, for acting out of hurt, and for being not always truthful. And I just want to say that we weren't perfect, but you were a good person for me in that time that I needed, and all the memories that we have to this day I still cherish. Like, I'm still thankful for those, because those were times when my heart was warmed, and like I said, those were just really good memories. No matter what we are right now, no matter what happened, those were good memories, and I can't sit here and just lie like that. And so, like I said, I'm sorry, and I hope and I pray that you are able to forgive me. And not only that, I pray that you are doing good. I pray that you are in a much better headspace, and that what I did didn't hurt you, didn't affect you. I think it was just important for me to tell this story, because telling this story made me realize some things that I had done. How I had jumped the gun a little bit, and like, y'all, because when I love, y'all gonna see it though, when I love hard, and it hurts when I feel like the person that I love doesn't love me in return, or that they give up on me. Like, it hurts me. And so me just reflecting over the story, I was able to be realistic with myself and just realize, hey, some of those things weren't cool. I hope that you continue to sit out for this series, you guys, and hold tight. There are 2 more videos left. So there's 2, right? Oh, 3. I'm sorry, 3. There are 3 more videos left. So anyway, all right. See you guys. It's right here. Woo! This is the story. This the one. This is the one, y'all. Whew. What my Bible? He had gotten a girl pregnant